I say it all began September 2016, the start of the best 5 years of our lives. The memories, the knowledge, the friendships, and lastly the growth. All that would not have been possible without this experience of a lifetime. From what I remember, year 7 was crazy. Apart from everyone looking ridiculous with their big bags on their backs and buttoned up blazers, running to lesson trying not to be late, none of us had any worries in our mind about year 11, as that seemed like a very long way away. Year 7 to me was about having fun. I remember getting parked from lessons, getting a report, running from detentions, but that's not all it was. It was much more, like making friends, starting new lessons, and transitioning from primary school to secondary school and learning to grow up. A few of my favourite memories from year 7 were the end of year trips to Kidzania, where everyone was stealing each other's money, and the trip to the museum, where most people got sent home, and Miss Cameron came into the hall and saw everyone writing apology letters. I was part of them, unfortunately. Also, moments like experiencing our first sports day and talent show, house day, were moments that I won't ever forget. When I think of year 8 and year 9, all I remember is it being wild, as in playground beefs, the drama, and best of all, the fire alarms. I know you all remember the time that the fire alarms went off for like a whole week. I loved it, anything to get out of geography. Year 8 and 9 were the days where we all became more comfortable with the APA school life. Those days solidified our presence at APA. While year 10 was pretty much non-existent, thank you COVID, but one thing I do remember was the 2 days work experience. I remember walking into the sports hall and seeing the girls looking fabulous, as they usually do, and the boys looking less bummy than usual. It really showed how much everyone had grown. Now, the final chapter, year 11. It's sad to see that it's come to an end, but these memories will last us a lifetime. Memories like sitting on the Astro during break, trying not to get hit by the boys' football. Memories like witnessing the teachers change from being mean to nice all of a sudden. Memories like sitting at Green Man waiting for our bus. Even memories like the teachers helping us with our GCSEs. All these memories will always and forever be with us. It's like a year ago the thought of the end of this era was so distant from my mind, I couldn't even imagine what it would be like. A month ago, it hit me that the last time most of us will see each other was around the corner. A day ago, the emotions overcame me thinking about life without you guys. Today, we sit here together one last time, reminiscing about the best 5 years of our lives.
I joined this school in the year 2017. I remember being given my school email and seeing the year 2021 and thinking, that is never going to come. I think about how I would run down the corridor to my next lesson, the excitement I would feel learning the layout of the building, meeting new friends, new teachers. These were the people that I was going to spend the next 5 years of my life with. These were the people that would mold me into the man I am today. But at the time, I didn't realize this. I made a lot of mistakes. Once the honeymoon period had ended, I began to hate school. Not wanting to get up out of bed in the morning, not wanting to spend my time at home studying, not wanting to have all of this responsibility forced onto me. So I began to fall. My attendance began to plummet. Subjects began to grow tougher and my grades began to suffer. I was backed into a corner, unable to catch my breath. Had I fallen any further, it would have been too late. I watched some of my peers go through the same thing. Believe me when I tell you, I was so close to accepting defeat, so close to giving up because of how hard things get. When no one else would support me, when everyone else had given up on me, the teachers here at APA became my crutches holding me up. It's thanks to these amazing people that I was capable of walking again. It's thanks to these amazing people that I am now able to run again. Forget net worth, I couldn't quantify the value of the teachers here at APA, for they are priceless. They saved me as I fell. They caught me and raised me up. They looked me in my eyes and told me that I could be successful when no one else would. So, firstly, I want to give a huge round of applause to Miss Cameron. For being the coolest head of year. From the rewards trips to the day-to-day support you provide, we honestly couldn't thank you enough for making our assemblies interesting. So next, I would like to thank all of the Year 11 tutors. I know some of you haven't been with us from Year 7, but we appreciate you stepping in to look after us during what has felt like the shortest year in our school career. And of course, Miss Rout, the quirky careers advisor. We are so fortunate to have you on the APA team. I think everyone here doesn't like being asked what they want to do when they grow up, but somehow you make it a question I look forward to telling people the answer to. By the way, sorry we don't respond to most of your emails. I don't think I've ever met someone like Miss Scully, so kind and considerate, but also undeniably scary. Walking up to your office when I'm late feels like being caught taking food out of the pot in the kitchen. We couldn't be more grateful for you, urging us to come into school on time. I would also like to thank Miss Williams for looking after all the people in PRC. It's thanks to your patience that we are able to come back into lessons appropriately. The beanbags are great, by the way. My next shout out goes to Mr. Sheehan. The banter you have shared with our year group is unmatched. Please carry on making school a fun place to be. This next one is for the school librarian, Miss Sparrowhawk. Thank you for letting us complete our homework on the computers at lunch when they're due in the next period. You have saved us from countless detentions. This one's maybe a bit more controversial. I would like to thank Mr. Mack, who's gone but never forgotten. He taught me a lot about trees and polymers. Thanks to you, I'm now able to think more logically and accept when I'm in the wrong. Next, hold on, this is not a shout out. This is your final warning. Admin, if you don't update our Bromcom pictures, that's all I'm going to say on that. I would also like to thank the canteen staff for giving me that extra scoop. No, seriously, the food that you make is always really nice. Also, just a side note, I was wondering when the next 4-for-1 milkshake deal is. I'm just going to quickly run through some names here. Thank you, Miss Stone, Miss Boothby, Mr. Mello, Miss Long, Miss Taylor, Miss Watts, Miss Leonard, Miss Black, and Mr. Trendle. I literally couldn't have done it without you. And can we all just give like a massive round of applause to all the teachers here, please? Finally, I wanted to thank you all for listening. I'm so glad that this is the year group that I went to school with.
Wow, looking around, I can't believe it. This is our final time together. These last 5 years went by so quickly. So I thought it would be nice to remind ourselves what school was like 2019 BC, before COVID. Everywhere we looked, we found ourselves locked in their vulture-like gaze, oblivious to their stares that hunted us down. They made many of our lives a misery, dampening many of our days with the hordes of homework that they buried us in. The sadists watched and laughed as they exhausted us, trying to kill us. Teachers, 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 the treacherous tormentors of the school ground. What can a teacher do that a textbook can't? Oh yeah, for one, they can yap detention, detention, detention. Secondly, they can ramble on about a whole lot of nonsense, not even in our curriculum. And thirdly, they can move around from table to table, telling our students to shut up. So, As our time together comes towards an end and we reflect upon our fond memories here at APA, I'm reminded of one memory that was, not so fun. I will never forget the harrowing event that took place 2 years ago. I want to forget the anguish that a certain teacher put me through, but I can't. I feel trapped. This has been very difficult for me to open up about, but I won't let them silence me. I was nearly killed. That's right, barely escaping the head of year's assassination attempt, as she knowingly offered me those sweets that were expired for over 700 days, 18 hours and 24 seconds. I remember the first bite I took in. It was a rock. I felt my teeth wobble, my whole life flash before my eyes. I thought I was a goner. But alas, I survived their first attempt at least. But could you imagine what my death certificate would have said though? Cause of death, killed by a purple fruit pastel. To this day, my attempted killer crawls around room 305 with no remorse at all. So, for those of you who are lucky enough to escape APA, please keep those of us who are staying at APA sixth form in your thoughts and prayers. We're going to need it. But also, remember, the end of one journey is the beginning of another. So with that, I hope each and every one of you in here achieves your dreams and aspirations. Thank you.